Hello and Minglawa, welcome to Myanmar Today. I am Henry Zin with the latest news and reports from around Myanmar. Akajo brings us a first report on UEHRD's acknowledgment on the Construction and Infrastructure Task Force's effort. Thoras Zin's report on Sonne Child and Youth Support Center in South Dagon. Zueman and Piethane's coverage on lanterns on higher sales than before. Thoras Zin got the story on Come to Myanmar video contest. Before we get to the reports, let's check on some local news. An anti-corruption commission delegation led by ACC member Wu Zo-win attended the 15th meeting of the Southeast Asia Parties Against Corruption held at Royal Orchid Sheraton Hotel and Towers, Bangkok on Wednesday and Thursday. The Myanmar delegation explained the ACC's endeavors in raising awareness on corruption, the formation of corruption prevention units, collaborating with international organizations in capacity building initiatives, and matters related to the ACC's investigation methods. Over 50,000 international visitors visited the Mandalay Mahamuni Pagoda between July and September, according to data provided by the Mahamuni Pagoda Trustee Board. Entry fee for the Mahamuni Pagoda was fixed at 5,000 kyats from July 1st. During the 3 months from July, entry fees of over 25 million kyats was collected from 50,104 international visitors. The fees collected will be spent on the renovation of the pagoda. According to the official data, Mahamuni Pagoda received 16,348 tourists in July, 19,020 tourists in August, and 14,736 tourists in September. A panel discussion in commemoration of World Mental Health Day was held in Yangon on Thursday under the title Mental Health Promotion and Suicide Prevention. The Mental Health Society in Myanmar is trying to educate the public, media, and social influencers, as well as mental health gatekeepers. According to the WHO, over 800,000 people die due to suicide every year, and suicide is the second leading cause of death in 15 to 29-year-olds. And that's all with the local news, and we're moving on to our first report. Union Enterprise for Humanitarian Assistance, Resettlement and Development in Rakhine acknowledges the Construction and Infrastructure Task Force for its efforts in projects for returnees in Rakhine State. This was made at the working meeting of the task force at Myanmar Licensed Contractors Association on Thursday. Akajo has more.
Union Enterprise for Humanitarian Assistance, Resettlement and Development in Rakhine, UEHRD, acknowledges the Construction and Infrastructure Task Force (CITF) for its effort in projects for returnees in Rakhine State. UEHRD Chief Coordinator Dr. Anton That told media that CITF's help with construction and infrastructure projects for returnees in Rakhine State is sincerely appreciated. This was said at the meeting of the task force at Myanmar Licensed Contractors Association on Thursday. The members of the task force, comprised of 34 companies, attended the working meeting. UEHRD Chief Coordinator Dr. Anton That explained more.
The purpose of today's event, which is the meeting of Construction and Infrastructure Task Force, CTIF, just before the second anniversary of UEHRD on October 18 in Naypyidaw. This meeting discusses their tasks and process. There are altogether 10 task forces. Among them, the CI task force, which is led by Wu Zo-win, constructed a building that shelters for about 30,000 people at La Pukang by the government officials. We try to respond immediately when emergencies happen. By this effort, we have to work with businesses groups not only in Yangon but also in Rakhine. We faced too many difficulties too. We had to try so hard to get materials for construction, but we are ready now. Not only CI Task Force, other 9 task forces are also facing different difficulties. They put their own effort without the government's help. We will have to think more of what kind of processes we have completed in the last 2 years and what we will have to do next. Moreover, we will have to correct the wrong impression of the international community. We will let everyone know about what Myanmar is doing with our own capacity. I am also glad that businessmen are contributing for the country's affair.
UEHRD is a public-private union enterprise with three main goals. First, providing humanitarian assistance. Second, carrying out resettlement and rehabilitation. And third, working for development in Rakhine State. State Councillor Dawn San Suu Kyi acts as chairperson, and Dr. Win Myat-ae, the Union Minister for Social Welfare, Relief and Resettlement, acts as vice chairman. This union enterprise brings together the experience and expertise of the public and private sectors and will be funded by public funds and generous donations from UN agencies, friendly countries, international and regional financial institutions, as well as by donors inside the country and those who are living abroad all over the world. Wu Zhou-win, chairman of the task force, explained.
As there is need for help in construction and infrastructure, we formed the CITF. The CITF is led by Myanmar Licensed Contractors Association and other associations like Myanmar Construction Association, Myanmar Developers Association, Federation of Myanmar Engineering Societies, Myanmar Architects Association, and other associations cooperate with the task force. Our task force is made up of entrepreneurs from different ethnic groups such as Shan, Kachin, Rakhine, as well as other religions such as Hindu, Muslims, Christians, and Buddhists, as well as Chinese people. The reason why the meeting is held is to present the temporary shelter projects the task force has implemented for the returnees in camp in La Pokao and Dangpyo Latwe.
Activities of UEHRD are carried out by 10 task forces that focus on providing humanitarian assistance, resettlement, development, and raising funds and awareness for the people of Rakhine. CITF is one of the 10 task forces comprised of 34 companies supporting the task force. This is Agajo reporting for Myanmar International Radio.
That's a report on UEHRD's acknowledgment on the Construction and Infrastructure Task Force's effort. All right, we'll move on to weather forecast now. In Yangon, there will be times of sun and clouds in the day, and it will be partly cloudy at night. The temperature throughout the day will be in the mid-30s, and there's about 25% chance of rain for the day. Expect wind gusts at 11 kilometers per hour. In Naypyidaw, there's going to be times of sun and clouds with a thunderstorm in a couple of spots in the afternoon. And quite surprisingly, there'll be increasing clouds at night. The temperature throughout the day will be in the mid-30s as well, and there's about 42% chance of rain for the day. Expect wind gusts of 9 kilometers per hour. In Mandalay, there's going to be a morning thunderstorm in parts of the area, otherwise cloudy in the afternoon, and it'll be partly cloudy at night. The temperature throughout the day will be in the mid-30s as well, and there's about 46% chance of rain for the day. Expect wind gusts at 11 kilometers per hour. Stay with us, we have another report coming up, and then we'll check on the stocks and currency exchange rates. Sonne International, which is an Austrian NGO, has opened its 4th daycare center in South Dagon Township. The center can hold 50 children for daycare, and it will also provide vocational trainings. Donna Suzin tells us more.
Sonne International, which is an Austrian NGO, has opened a daycare center for the vulnerable children in South Dagon Township. It is to give the street children the access to education.
What Sonne International is doing here in Yangon, we are taking care of street children. We already have 3 daycare centers where we give them food, education, medical support and hygiene. And we are very proud today we can open our 4th school. We open our first street kids center where we in future can host 50 more street children. We will also give some tuition classes to some children who are already into formal schools. We will also do some job training in sewing, computer, and cane training. So altogether we will host 100 children and young adolescents. So very proud to open this now.
The teachers are the volunteers of Sonne social organization in Myanmar. The project for South Dagon Township has started 3 years ago.
In some townships, we have done many surveys studying the situation of the street children who are walking on street because of different reasons. They do not have any access to education. We find some solution for how to take care of them. When the children arrive at the school in the morning, the teachers will take care of their personal hygiene. Then they can pay homage according to their religion. After that, they will have breakfast. Then classes start for learning basic skills in Myanmar, English and mathematics. They will have lunch and take a rest. After that, they will do some exercise and sports. Then they will again study until the school ends at 3.
For the funding of the project, a group of 3 cyclists called Jim Jo Chem have taken 3,000 kilometers long charity bike trip from Yangon to Singapore.
Along our tour, we posted the photos, videos, and went live of our activities on our Facebook page. The audience saw them and they contacted us to donate. We have collected about 19,000 US dollars. So why I joined this project is that I see a lot of children working on street and I always wanted to do something for them. Although I have some hardship because this is the longest bike tour I have ever taken, I'm happy we could collect the fund for them.
Although the center cannot give the academic achievement, the children will get access to education, which is important for life.
I still think if they don't have education, they cannot get out of their cycle. Even though now Myanmar is opening and many investors are coming, but if you have no education, you cannot participate in any kind of development. So it's very important. So I think this is their own chance, and we give them the possibility, but they have to change their life on their own. For us, the most important thing is that we believe that every children should go to school, or every child has a right to an education, and we should all together work on that, because the children are our future and the future of this country. So if we want to make change, we just start with the younger one.
That's all for now. This is Dora Susin from MI Radio.
That's a report on Sonne Child and Youth Support Center in South Dagon. And here we have the information on the currency rates from Myanmar Central Bank. $1 is at 1,531 kyats. 1 Chinese renminbi is at 214 kyats. 1 euro is at 1,687 kyats. 1 pound sterling is at 1,873 kyats. 1 Singapore dollar is at 1,111 kyats. 1 Malaysian ringgit is at 365 kyats. 1 Thai baht is at 50 kyats, and the Indian rupee is at 21 kyats. Gold is trading at $1,495. Silver is at $17. And Brent crude oil is at $53. On the Yangon Stock Exchange, FMI is at 11,500. MTSH remains at 3,950. MCB remains at 8,300. FPB is at 23,500. TMH is at 2,950. You're with MI Radio's Myanmar Today. You can visit our website at miradio.com.mm and listen to our radio programs live on the website. We're also running on FM 96.1 in Yangon, 96.5 in Mandalay, and 96.7 in Naypyidaw. Or you can simply download MI Radio app on your smart devices so you can listen to our radio programs on the go. Well, we have more reports for you, so let's check out the next one. The Dinchun is one of Myanmar's traditional festivals, and it is also a season of lights. Quite honestly, the Dinchun wouldn't be complete without the colorful lanterns. In other words, the festival boosts the sales of lanterns. This year, the lanterns' sales are expected to be higher than before. Our reporters have more details.
The Dinchun is just a few days to go, which is also a season of lights. Back in centuries ago, It was when the Buddha came back from the celestial abode, where he preached sermons to his celestial mother. The humans on earth illuminated their houses and streets to welcome. The tradition still exists to these days. When it comes to the Dinjut, the festival is not complete without the colorful lanterns. The traditional lantern is made of bamboo, color paper, and plastic. With the traditional arts and crafts, lantern business still survives to these days, although there are some imports with different designs from neighboring countries. At the moment, the lantern makers figure out in considering the market condition due to an increase in commodity prices. Mostly, the lantern business passes down from the families. A lantern artist tells us the current market condition and their challenges.
The price may not be very different from last year, likely to increase just 100 kyats or more. Lanterns are on high demand as the festival draws near, but so far not as many as lanterns pushcarts have been sold. For this year, we got about 8 kinds of it. But as you see, people have financial difficulties and they don't have not many choices. Just doing available jobs for our side, we also have challenges despite the sales collapse. We keep going on as we have been in the business for almost 45 years since 1975.
During the festival, you can see the marketplaces are busy with the lantern buyers. But now the market becomes more competitive with the imports from neighboring countries. For that, we also hear from a lady who is running the lantern business.
We have been doing this business for 4 or 5 years. With all the commodity prices on the rise, there is a significant change in the market. The buyers came not only from Yangon but also from the villages, but mostly from Yangon.
There are 2 kinds of sellers. The lantern makers can also be a seller, and the other kind, the resellers. During the festive season, hotels and shopping centers are decorated with fascinating lanterns. There are also huge orders from that industry. But you may find out there are still people selling lanterns not for profit, but for passion and fun.
Sometimes we have lots of customers, sometimes not. But there was not very much sales before. The amount of sales increased compared to a year before. The lantern's price can vary. Between 4,000 to 4,500 jets are among the top sellers. And I find it more fun to do this business, all helping each other in our community. I think this year's festival would be more crowded with festival goers, and the business is doing very well.
When the festival is just a couple of weeks ahead, some vendors say the market is not quite good compared to last year, whereas normally it should be the period of good business.
We can say the market condition is either good or not good, but compared to the same period last year, we are not satisfied with what we earn. There are some reasons for being stable market. Schools exams are coming soon. We hope the market can revitalize after the exams. And the other factor is the price also goes up a little bit from 1,500 jets to 2,500 jets for each. So we have a big impact. Although a unit price is set 2,500 jets, we give discounts for regular clients with 200 or 300 jets discount.
This year's lantern business is quite good for the sellers due to sunny days before the festival. With more competitiveness in lantern market attracting many more buyers, the sales of traditional color lanterns, LED festive lights, and the imported lanterns are in full swing.
That's a report on lanterns on higher sales than before. Well, here's the last report on Come to Myanmar video contest. With the collaboration of CCI France Myanmar and Myanmar Tourism Marketing Association, a video contest to promote tourism is to kick off under the title Come to Myanmar. A press conference for the contest was held on Tuesday, and it's announced that the registration is available until Friday.
CCI France Myanmar, French Myanmar Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and Myanmar Tourism Marketing Association have collaborated to host the video contest called Come to Myanmar. The press conference for this contest was held at Yangon Excelsior Hotel on 8 October.
And as you may know, the number of tourists dropped in the last 2 years, at least the European or Western tourists. So we decided to do something that shows that Myanmar is actually a beautiful country, a different country, a country that people should visit. And we wanted the Myanmar people actually to present their country and to promote their country, to tell everybody in the world to come and visit Myanmar.
As much as we're concerned, there was a drop in the number of Western tourists last year. We have noticed the slightly increase starting from the open season of this year, yet we cannot still reach the record of a few years ago. It's because we are quite weak in marketing. We, citizens, have to promote by ourselves. We're now operating the marketing in many dimensions, so we can expect the rise of tourists in the coming year.
The contest is only available to Myanmar nationals who are at least 18 years old. The candidate can join one of the 4 categories of the contest and have to submit the video with maximum 3-minute length online. The video must include the subtitles, dialogues, or voice-over in English.
We have 4 categories. So the first one is You're Welcome. The idea is really to show that Myanmar population is very hospitable and welcoming people. Myanmar is very famous for the smile of its people, so we wanted to show that. Then there's It's Unique, because Myanmar has a lot to offer that you cannot find in any other country. I was thinking about Dagon in Le Lake, or Miao, or other sites like this, Chektio, etc. So we want people to discover these sites, because wherever they will go, anywhere else in the world, they won't find it. It's nowhere else but in Myanmar. We have also What's New, because Myanmar is a young country. It's a country that has been changing for the last decades, and we want to show that Myanmar is innovative, that it's changing in many ways, that people should see it right now to feel that dynamism and that enthusiasm from the population. And finally, we have Made in Myanmar, because Myanmar is also a country where you can find so many different things. You have different landscapes. You have, the Himalayas in the north, the beach, the Irrawaddy River, the deserts, etc. You have different populations, different food, different cultures. So we want to show that Myanmar it's united but very diverse, and that anywhere you go in Myanmar you can find different things interesting to see.
Those who want to join the contest can download the registration form from the website of CCI France Myanmar. The prizes include a variety of offerings, including the chance to attend the basic video training in Singapore.
The registration will end on 15th of November, and after 15th of November the jury will meet and they will select the winners for each category. And also people will vote on Facebook for the public's choice, and we will give the awards on 11th of December at Novotel. There will be one prize also which will be chosen by the public by voting on Facebook. So that means every candidate can register in one category. If they win in one category, they will get the prize of this category, and if they win also the public's choice, they will get, in addition to these prizes, the prizes for the public's choice award.
I will give priority to the presentation of positive perspective of Myanmar's image. After that, I will focus on the video quality and creation and see how unique it is. After being selected, these videos will be broadcast anywhere officially, so they are really crucial. The exposure the contest will give us is quite big, so I am proud to join the contest as a judge. I want to advise the candidate to present Myanmar's positive image as much as possible. Be creative and be short to the point.
At the moment, they have received some of the registrations and are expecting more candidates to participate. That's all for now. This is Dora Susan from MI Radio.
That's all the reports we have for today. Next, we'll look into some international news here on Myanmar Today. YouTube has deleted more videos by so-called pickup artists who teach men how to pick up women. Another 7 videos have been deleted and 3 channels have been terminated due to violative sexual content. On Sunday, YouTube removed over 100 videos for violating its rules on nudity and sexual conduct. The platform deleted the videos a day before a BBC Scotland investigation into the global seduction industry was published. The channels banned on Thursday belonged to so-called pickup artists based in Australia, England, and Lithuania, and had 80,000 subscribers combined. The remaining videos were uploaded by men in the USA. The platform's policy states that channels receive 3 strikes before accounts are terminated. In other news, scientists in Israel say they have found evidence that early humans deliberately stored bones from animals to eat the fatty marrow later. They say it is the earliest evidence that humans living between 200,000 and 420,000 years ago had the foresight to anticipate future needs. Early humans had not previously been thought capable of such dietary planning. Researchers analyzed bone specimens at Qasim Cave near Tel Aviv. They identified cut marks on most of the bone surfaces consistent with preservation and delayed consumption. The researchers suggest the marks came about because the early humans had to make greater efforts to remove skin which had dried on bones which had been kept longer. The cut marks were found on 78% of the more than 80,000 animal bone specimens analyzed. You're with MI Radio's Myanmar Today. From me and the team, that's it for now. Thanks for joining me. Enjoy your Danger holidays.